before Bitcoin will hit 100,000. There'll be ETF being approved for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and several others. And as well as institutions, I mean, the largest asset manager in the world, BlackRock, has gone from a skeptic to believer. I think people will not believe it.
And in just the last week, we learned that Paul Atkins is President-elect Trump's choice to lead the SEC, and venture capitalist David Sachs will serve as Trump's AI and crypto czar. These moves could be significant for companies like Kraken, a popular crypto exchange. Joining us now is Dave Ripley, co-CEO of Kraken. Dave, good to have you back with us. What does Trump's pick mean for Kraken?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, look, I think there's just a huge amount of positivity now in the industry. I mean, we've been in an environment that is incredibly challenged for the past year and a half, 2 years. Things like, the belligerent Gary Gensler leading the SEC, the covert Operation Choke Point 2.0. And now with this election, it starts and ends with President Trump, but there are many other pro-Bitcoin cryptocurrency candidates that won and defeated those that were opposed to the industry. And now it continues with the appointments, as you noted. Paul Atkins, I mean, fantastic. We now have even a role such as crypto and AI czar for the administration. So I think the positivity is just really fantastic to see, particularly after what we've been through as an industry over the past couple of years.
Are there any concerns, David, that turns around? I mean, I remember when Gary Gensler came into office and we thought he was going to be pro-crypto. He had taught a course on crypto. He clearly understood the market. And we expected the industry as well, and then proceeded to put up every roadblock he possibly could to try and stunt the industry's growth.
Yeah, look, I think our optimism here is really strong for what we see. I mean, we've been in a situation where we've communicated directly with a number of the individuals that won in this election cycle, a number of the individuals that are being appointed now. And so we think the support is genuine, and we're really optimistic about it going forward. I think what we saw last couple years or so was politically motivated and a lot of different other reasons that we don't expect to see going forward.
Well, Kraken as a company has ongoing litigation with the SEC. Sued it last year. It alleged that Kraken operated as an unregistered exchange, broker, dealer, and clearing agency. Then back in February of 2023, close to 2 years ago, you guys settled separate charges with the SEC over your staking business. Do you expect to settle the SEC case now?
Well, look, we expect to have a positive outcome on the SEC case. And, frankly, even before the election and the administration change and all these recent changes, we are very resolute that we're going to have a positive outcome, win this case. And now with the administration change, if anything, this is, a positive tailwind. So we're still expecting and know we'll have a positive outcome to this dispute with the SEC.
What does a positive outcome mean to you?
So a positive outcome, first and foremost, is that we're able to run our business in the compliant way that we run it today. And that means continuing to operate our business, provide access to trading and all the other functionality that we offer to clients today. And so I think that's the number one goal, and that's what we're going to be pushing for regardless of whatever path this takes.
So what does that mean in terms of the products that you can trade? Will you be able to offer a full and broad spectrum of crypto products, including NFTs?
Generally, yes. Look, I mean, today we offer, well over 200 tokens, and we have plans and a roadmap this year to grow that number to north of 300. And so, yes, I mean, absolutely. It is kind of a continued path of launching new products and services in the crypto space. And so I think trading and exchange is our core product, but there's a number of other products that we, have on the horizon, including those in the decentralized space, on-chain, things like providing clients access to DeFi, which we see as a fantastic opportunity in a space of the industry that just continues to grow.
By the way, we've seen so much growth in not just Bitcoin, but since the election, a number of other I guess, lesser coins is the way I would see it, have risen even faster than Bitcoin in terms of pricing. Do we still see as much interest in things like, decentralized products like DAOs? Do we still see as much interest in things like NFTs as we do in, the OG crypto?
So I think the answer is both, really. Look, if you go all the way back and look at the, the core of how this, new technology was founded, Bitcoin. Incredible new innovation, fantastic value for all users of Bitcoin, store of value, means of global payment, really the best form of money that has ever existed. And then in addition, there's a huge amount of innovation in the space. I mentioned DeFi. This is an area where we're particularly interested in. And so now within the world of DeFi, there are decentralized exchanges where individuals can exchange one token for another without any intermediary involved whatsoever. Also can go and actually obtain a loan without any specific intermediary involved either, just all on a decentralized network. And so we think there's continuing amount of innovation in this area, continuing amount of adoption. And a lot of that is predicated on different new chains, different new tokens out there. And so, yes, I think it's both. Really, there's we could go on forever about the fantastic properties of Bitcoin, but also the new innovation in other areas is important.
But the reason I ask is that it's only 2 weeks ago that you shut down your NFT trading business. So does that change in a new SEC in like a month and a half?
So the decision there not related to anything regulatory related at all. That was really about focusing our business on the areas that we think are going to be the highest growth in this space. And so we have a long history of serving individual investors and traders. We see great opportunities to do that, as I mentioned, in the DeFi area. And so we're really looking to, invest in the highest, ROI areas where we can provide the most value to our customers. So I think that's really all that's about.
Matt mentioned you guys shutting down your NFT marketplace. A lot of news happening inside the company. Now there's a co-CEO. That was just in the last few weeks that was announced. The company also announcing that it's laying off 15% of its employees. Is this reorg, is this streamline, is this co-CEO, is this all in preparation to go public soon?
Yeah, so let me see, a couple of questions. So one, I'll tackle hey, what was this reorg about? And then two, the IPO question. So one, the reorg, yes. Look, this is all about, for us, driving further agility and speed of execution for the business. So we really flatten the organization, bringing leadership much closer to the individuals that are actually driving and building the products and running the marketing programs and driving the outcomes. And we did this across the board. So it was very much about positioning the company for agility and faster execution going forward with an eye towards growth. And so we expect to invest meaningfully in a lot of new products in the coming year and reach into even potentially new geographies. And so I think it's really a move that positions ourselves for growth, which sets up well with this market.
So yes or no on an IPO moving forward?
Yeah, and then the IPO, not surprised to hear you ask the question about IPO. Look, we're well over $1 billion in revenue, profitable company, high growth company. And so these, fit the financial profile of a company that will go public. We're not actually releasing any kind of specific timelines with regard to IPO, but we're definitely exploring and always are exploring private and public markets to obtain the resources best needed to grow this business.
If you don't end up going public in the next year or two, do you anticipate that you'll have to tap markets again, or at least tap venture capitalists again? You said you're profitable. Are you done raising venture capital?
Yeah, so the answer is, again, a bit of both. So we are, we are profitable, and we frankly have been profitable for most of the history of the company. And the company really hasn't raised a significant amount of capital since going back nearly 10 years ago at this point, back to, the 14, 15 timeframe. So it's been a story of a company that's, highly profitable, self-funded. That said, for things like in preparation to going public, tapping the private fundraising markets are, a potential opportunity for us also to, just fund further growth, M&A or other opportunities that we have. So it's definitely on the table.
All right, a big thank you. Dave Ripley, co-CEO of Kraken joining us out there in San Francisco. Do appreciate that. Well, coming up, we continue this conversation on Trump's picks for crypto regulation leadership. We do that with Sheila Warren. She's the CEO of the Crypto Council for Innovation.
And we're going to hear from Eric Trump, as I said, the president's son. He spoke to Bloomberg about why he is a big Bitcoin believer.
And to access all of the latest data and news on crypto, check out CRYP Go on the terminal. This is Bloomberg.